So here's my advice to you as a sophomore going to a commuter school. I have all my notes on my computer, so if I'm looking now, that's why. So for the first one, you can still have the full college experience at your commuter college. I want you to keep that in mind because I think that's what a lot of people forget once they decide to go to a commuter school, because they don't have dorms and they're not living on campus. Going to a commuter school doesn't mean you shouldn't make friends. You should still go to school events, you should still network, learn about all the opportunities that your school has and take advantage of them. As a commuter school, they still have the same amount of resources and opportunities and internship and fellowships. That don't just sit there and say, oh, since I'm going to commuter school, they don't really have much to do for me. They can't really do too much for me. Let go of all those stereotypes that you have about going to commuter school so that you can actually have a good experience at your school. You don't need to go to everything. This is one thing that I learned freshman year because I was so excited to be in college. I wanted to go to all the events, all the fun stuff. And honestly, you don't need to go to everything. Like, to what you actually want to go to. Don't just go because your friends are going. Only go to events that you're able to go to and prioritize your academic life first, not just your social life. Sometimes you forget to do that because you're trying to get the full experience, you know? Don't put the college experience over doing well in your classes and doing well academically. Get you a planner or a form of organization for you to stay on top of everything. You know, for me, I don't really use a planner, but I use my notes app. That's where I keep track of all my classes. That's where I keep track of everything that I have to do throughout the week. Use Google Calendar, use a planner. Use whatever you need to be able to keep track of your life, your social and your academic life, because you want to do well. Make sure you're in all the group chats for all your classes. Whether it's your easiest class or your hardest class, be in those group chats because they provide information that you're going to need. Whenever you need help, you should be able to text that group chat. Because sometimes, like me personally, sometimes I don't always have a friend in each of my classes to text and go to whenever I need help with something. But because there's a group chat for that class and I'm in the group chat, I'm able to text the group chat and say, hey, do you guys understand what question that the professor asked? Hey, I wasn't here this day. What homework did the professor give? What did he say at the lecture? Things like that. Be in those group chats, whether you think it's necessary or not. At some point, it's going to become valuable to you. Don't always listen to your advisor. I know you've probably heard this one before, but honestly, I'm being for real. Don't always listen to your advisor. You know, do your own research, especially for your classes. Your advisor might say you need to take this class. You don't need to take this class. Oh, do this, do that. Still do your research. Yes, listen to your advisor to a certain extent, but don't take everything they say 100% to the heart, because I've heard of advisors that have messed people up, that have just like, you know, done them wrong, and now they don't go to advisors anymore. And me personally, I still go to an advisor because I still like to get some insight about certain things. But at the end of the day, I'm still like fact checking what they're saying. I'm still creating my own schedule. If you need help within your class, go to office hours. If you need help with your class, go to office hours. I'm not gonna say this again. Go to tutoring. If you need help, ask. Yeah, I know you're shy, you're in that class, you don't have no friends, you don't have no one to talk to, you're struggling, but you don't know where to go. Go to those tutorings, go to office hours. Yes, it's gonna be scary at first. I had the same thing. I was scared at first. I'm like, what am I gonna talk to the professor about? Like, it's gonna be weird, it's gonna be awkward. You'll get over it eventually. Once you go the first time, the second time, you get used to it, honestly. But go, it's gonna be very helpful. Do well in all your classes because you're paying for it. That's honestly the only reason. Do well because you're paying for it. Like, you know, you're not paying to be in this class for you to keep failing, for you to not be doing good, for you to not take it seriously. Whether it's a commuter school or it's a dormant school, whatever community college, it doesn't matter what school it is, just do well. Find the best way to and from your school. As a commuter college student, this is very important. Figure out your route, whether you're gonna take the A train to the 1 train to the 2 train, or you're gonna take the Manhattan bus to this train and then walk 15 minutes. Decide what route works for you. Me personally, when I was first starting at my commuter school, I took like 2 different routes, and then I decided, no, I don't really like this route. I like this one better. And plus, it's more effective, it's more faster, like whatever works for you. This one gets me closer to the school, so I don't have to walk as much. All of that, figure that out before you start school. And then don't only figure out one route, figure out 2 routes to get to school. Sometimes the train that you take to school is not gonna work. The bus you're taking to school is not gonna work. So you're gonna need to take your other route. You understand? So that you're not stranded. Again, on the free resources, take advantage of your resources. My school has a gym. I go to the gym sometimes. I'm not even like a gym rat or anything like that. But if the gym is free because I'm a student, I'ma go. That's it. That's on period. I'ma go get in my little workout. Take advantage of the food pantries. If you need food, if you need any type of resources, take advantage of them. They're there for a reason. You might think, oh, I don't want to do it because like I don't think this is right. Oh, there's that. People are gonna look at me a certain way. No, nobody's gonna look at you a certain way. Go and get that food. Go and go to the gym. Go and go to the basketball game. Go and do whatever you want to go and do. This is college. You know, do what you want to do. Do it with your friends. Have fun. Take advantage of the resources. At the end of the day, that's why the school costs you so much. Always check the weather. That's one thing. I struggled with this the first couple times during freshman year. I'd go to school, I'd be coming back, and it would be pouring rain. I literally had to buy an umbrella from the school bookstore for $10. Yes, $10. I'm still ashamed to this day. I can't believe I spent $10 on an umbrella because it was pouring rain and there's no way I could walk through that rain and get home without being wet, soaked. Like, no, I was not about to do that, so I had to buy an umbrella. So from then on, I learned to check the weather before you go to school. Check if it's gonna rain, take an umbrella. If it's gonna snow, take a jacket. Dress properly for the weather because you're going to school, you're taking out 1 hour, 30-minute, or a 2-hour commute to school. You're not getting home till whenever you're done at school, which is usually late at night. You don't know what the weather is gonna be like by the time you get home. So make sure you dress accordingly, make sure you take your umbrella, make sure you're prepared. Be prepared. My bag, it got everything I need. It got tissues, it got perfume, it got lotion, because you're not gonna catch me on campus being ashy, smelling bad. Like, no, you know, be prepared because you're gonna be on campus for a while. And I usually like to stay on campus really late because I like to also get homework done and stuff like that. So for however long you're gonna be on campus, be prepared. Have snacks on you. That's one thing as well. Me personally, after freshman year, the first couple weeks, I would buy food outside. I'll buy the chicken and rice. I'll buy the food at the restaurant. I'll buy all the food at the deli, everything. And I quickly realized that's a waste of money, boo. Like, you're spending all your money on the first month of freshman year and you're gonna be broke for the rest of the year. No, sis. If you have to bring food to school, bring food to school. I started making my food at home, package it up real nice, take it to school and eat it for lunch. Take me a little snack, a little juice, a little water, whatever you need, and have that for lunch. Don't always eat outside, and it's not also the healthiest as well. All that junk food is not gonna do you good in the long run. Take care of your mental and physical health. It's important too. Yes, I know you want to do well in them classes. It's good to do well in school, but it's good and even better to do well mentally and physically as well. Because how you gonna do good in school when your mental health isn't the best and your physical health isn't the best? You can't. It all works together. So make sure you take care of your mental health, physical health. Take that self-care day. Do what you have to do. If you like to go to a gym, go to a gym. If you like to, take a day to yourself and, do some self-care, do that. Because that's important too. You don't want to be a miserable college student just because you're trying to do well in your classes, but you're not putting your mental health first and your physical health first. It is important to create a schedule that is best fit for you. Because as a commuter college student, realize that it takes you, for example, 2 hours to get to school, which means if you sign up for an 8 a.m. class, just know that 8 a.m., you're gonna have to wake up at 5 a.m. for you to start getting ready and be able to make it to that 8 a.m. class. So keep that in mind when you're building your schedule. Don't just build an 8 a.m. schedule and think, I'm gonna wake up anytime and get to that class at 9. No, you better get to class on time, so you better make your schedule accordingly. For me, I live an hour and 30 minutes away from my school. So the earliest class I always can sign up for that I personally like is a 9:30 class. That's it. I can't sign up for any class earlier than a 9:30 class because I know that I won't be able to get there on time, and I'm not willing to wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to get to that 8 a.m. class. And for my schedule, the latest class I have is usually at 4. I won't do any later than that unless I have to, because at 4 it gets dark, especially in the winter time. In the springtime, once it's like summer, it's still light outside, but at 4 or 5 it's dark outside, and I'm not trying to be in the streets when it's 5 or when it's 6, 7. I'm not trying to be outside when it's dark. It's dangerous. As a woman and as a student itself, it's dangerous to be outside so late. So plan your schedule accordingly to what you like. If you like night classes, you do you. If you like morning classes, you do you, but just make sure the schedule is best fit for you. So that's all the advice that I have for you as a commuter college student. I'm currently a sophomore at my school, and so far I've had a great experience, and I've joined various clubs, and I honestly love it at my school. Even though that wasn't the school that I initially wanted to go to, I'm still able to have a great college experience. So I hope that with this advice, you will also have a great college experience. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I would gladly answer them. Bye!